Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into the dive. It is match week, match week 33. Match week 33. You would think it was something insignificant, but it is not. It is exciting. I am down for it. I'm watching more Serie A than ever as things get down the wire. We're gonna dive right into that. But right before we do, first, thank you everyone for joining in today or on the watch along, whatever it may be. We are live on YouTube, both vertical and horizontal, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, and CEST. Please like, follow, share, subscribe, whatever it is. Press all the buttons on all the platforms. All the links are down in the description for the bio. It's all there. And of course, I must also mention we have our Discord, our own little private conversation, if you will. You can scan the QR code up there in the top left as well. But I shall stop rambling because there is a bit to talk about this afternoon. First and foremost, the standings. Oh, if only Milan were to lose today, but that is fine. Guys, it is definitely getting down to the wire just by the look of this here. Please note, everyone except Juve, 33 games. Juve, obviously, we're about to watch that now. After the results this weekend, even if Juve lose, they stay in fourth place. We have the top four destiny now firmly in our hands. No questions asked. It is up to us. 6 games to go. Ostensibly 5 after today. What right now? Here's the thing, though. Looking up ahead, Milan actually overtaken Napoli there on the plus minus head to head there, both on 66 points. We play Milan next Sunday, same time, same place, guys. If we win today, and God damn it, we better win today. I'm telling you. That's how important it is. If we win, we're at 63 points. If we can then beat Milan, depending what Napoli does, that's top 3. If Napoli were to lose next week again, I think the head-to-head would put us in second. Right? Like, it's just, this is where we're getting to, right? And it's getting exciting. I'm here for it. I can't wait. But first and foremost, tonight's game against Bologna. This better not be like what Napoli did, what Como did, what Roma did, all dropping points this weekend, all helping us out. Milan is the only one really that didn't help us out this week. But in terms of securing that top 4 at the very least, in our hands. So, let's jump into today's game. Let's look at what we have. Yo-Yo Official saying hello. Hello there. How's it going? I don't believe I have seen you here before, so welcome in, as well as one of our regulars, Dal. What's going on, my brother? All right. If you care about the Premier League, some scores up there as well. Aston Villa. They're going to come up in conversation here in just a sec, but none of the other games really matter other than the facts. Well, the ones that we just talked about. Everyone dropping points there. We can get into the relegation battle if we have a bit of time, but there is a bit to talk about, so I don't want to dwell too much on the standings. Let's look at the head-to-head with Bologna. We have a good record. It says right here, actually, on the match insight. Juve are unbeaten in 29 meetings with Bologna, winning 20 and drawing 9. Now, stats. I get it, they're stats, but this is comforting, I guess, at the very least. So, head-to-head, we're at home. Things are looking good on that, with that regard. Right? So, we want... Yes, here it is. So, weather forecast, 21 degrees, and the moon is out, so the weather is nice tonight. It is Maurizio Mariani. The regulars know we like to go over who the referee is coming into the games because... And I do have to give him some credit the past few games, at least with Juve. They have been pretty good, be fair. Not always the case. Maurizio Mariani, one of those guys to look out for. He's He's an Italian referee through and through. What else do you want me to say there? We'll keep an eye out and see how he officiates this game and keeps things on the straight and narrow. Costello coming in as well. How you doing? Dow saying, "Come on, Juve! If we win and Arsenal bottling today, it would be a stupendous day." Because yes, looking over at the Premier League as well with City beating them. Actually, okay, let's look at that quickly. I'm actually interested. Let's look at the table. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're only 3 points back and they have a game in hand. It might be happening. Oh my God, it might be happening. Yeah. So another interesting storyline over in the Premier League in terms of the title race. Title race is a little bit more interesting than a top second, third, fourth, fifth, perhaps race. But nonetheless, that is the one we are here for. Let's look at the lineup because, yeah, you know, it just goes to show you all the reports that you read. Starting probably Thursday, Friday. It's all nonsense. It's all bullshit. I mean, this proves it. So it is a 3-4-2-1. And Holmes there. I mean, he wasn't going to be there. Okay, let's look at what we actually have then. So Parin still with a bit of a knock there. So by default, Di Gregorio reinstated as her number one, at least for the time being. Back three, Kelly, Bremer, Kalulu. Now Kelly also nursing a bit of an injury, so we might see Gatti sometime tonight. See how he holds up at the very least, but look for maybe some movement there. In the midfield, Cambiaso on the left wing. Playing with the wing back, of course, with how this is going to line up with a 3-4-2-1. The left wing back, Cambiaso. Right wing back, Holm gets the nod again. Not that we've seen much of him this season with Juve, but last weekend was good. I can't deny that. It was one piece of evidence, right? It happened one game. I'm not going to go off the deep end with Emil Holm just yet. I want to see more, but he gets the nod to start. So I'm here for it. Why not? Let's see it. Juan Cabal as well out. So in terms of wing back options, I mean, you have Kostic. We'll look at the bench. In the pivot of this now, we have McKennie and Locatelli. So McKennie not playing that advanced midfielder role. That is now left up to the half spaces of Boga and Conceição with Jonathan David up at the top. Guys, this is like Cam Central. Oh my God, it's essentially Cam Central. Swallow doing us a solid recently, giving Berardi and so many players to them over the years. We have gained a lot of points. Sassuolo has actually, yeah, you know what? Recently, they've done okay for themselves. I'm an Arsenal hater almost as much as I'm a Juve fan. All right. Some strong words. Okay, we'll go in the benches in just a second. Let's look at the lineup here for Bologna. Ravaglia in net. So it's a 4-2-3-1. Miranda, Lukumi, Haaland, Zortea. Watch out for Lukumi and he's a bitch. He's full of antics. So we'll be watching how Mariani handles Lukumi tonight in particular. Pivot of Pobega and Freuler. So that's a pretty decent midfield. Now up top you have Cambiaghi, Som, Ursulini, and Castro up top. So you got a couple of decent names in there. They're an 8th place team. There's a reason. 48 points. I mean, they're decent. They are an okay team for all intents and purposes. And let's look on the bench too. They are actually missing Casali, Delinga, and Skorupsi, as well as Dominguez. Since we're here, Perlin, Cabal, Ajic, Milik, Vlahovic all out. Milik says early May he's done. His season's is ostensibly done as far as we know it. like worse than Quentin Tarantino in terms of just like drops in for a scene and then you never see him again. Cameo in his own film. You know, like, my lord. And then Vlahovic, of course. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with any of those guys. It is a bit of a mystery. They've been quite hush as to why they're recurring, why they're just so injury prone, quite honestly. What the fuck? What the fuck's going on with these guys? And, you know, do you see it's J Medical? We have our jokes, especially in the past. I mean, everyone else has been healthy for the most part. A couple of knocks here, like Chico was out for a bit. Cambiaso at some time. Bremer, of course. You know, but I mean, nothing insane. Nothing insane like what Vlahovic and Milik is doing. And reasons why you don't hear anything about a contract renewal on Vlahovic's end right now. Who would want? Is he ever going to play again? Is he the next Milik? Is Vlahovic the next Milik? It could very well be. Just a much more expensive one and much younger, really, as to when the downfall happened. But we got a couple weeks, right? We'll see what happens there. On the bench, though, I mean, that gives us few options up for attack off the bench. So, in terms of keeper, Pinso, Scalia gets the nod. Defense, Giscati. You got Zagrova, Moretti, Kostic, Yildiz, Thuram, Hoop, and Openda. Okay, so since we're here, Kenan Yildiz, if you've noticed, we did not mention him today. So he's been overutilized. We all know he's been overutilized. The drop-off has been real. He did not look the greatest, nor did he play the longest last weekend either. It's clear he needs a rest. Will this come and bite us in the ass today? I don't know. But if our season hinges on one person, and that's the 20, the youngest guy, Kenan Yildiz, do we really deserve it, you know? And, I mean, we can get into that conversation, Milan, Napoli, do they deserve it? Let's play these last few matches out and see what really happens here. But that is a concern. And this is why we have Boga, Conceição, and David up top today. I'm expecting McKennie to make some forward runs as well. Cambiaso to come in there. We'll see, right? We'll see. This is forcing Spalletti to make tactical shifts. And it almost didn't work out last weekend. But it did work out last weekend. Not very well, but it worked out. I don't like when we play around with it. So far this year, when we played around with it, it hasn't been good. Have the teams grown into the system, into the general system of Spalletti and his assistants and how they play and what's expected of them? Can they now be a little more fluid with their roles, shifting the formation? I hope so. I mean, his formations have been pretty fluid throughout the season, from half to half, within the half, you know? So, this shouldn't be completely foreign to the team today, right? But it is a bit of a concern whenever we've seen them experiment with the formation. It hasn't looked the greatest. That being said, I expect Spalletti to have sat the team down, kind of like we just did here, looking at the table. I mean, like, guys. I mean, no excuses. You got, like, if you want to be a serious team, you have to win today. You absolutely have to win today. Because next week, Milan, that's not for sure. It's not for sure for Milan. Like, that's a toss. That's going to be an exciting game. That's definitely going to be the game of the weekend, I would say. Just for what's on the line with Napoli. Like, everyone's in the mix. And Como, Roma, I mean, they're tied at 58, just 2 points behind. You can't slip back, right? So Spalletti had better sat these guys down and make it extremely clear what the hell they're playing for today. Dude, Dal saying, imagine we get third. Imagine we get second. If we get third, we can get second at this point, right? Because second and third are the same. And our head-to-head in Napoli is better. And, well, we'll see what happens next week with Milan, what the head-to-head says. But our plus-minuses are also better at the moment. So, honestly, if you say imagine we get third, that's imagine we get second. Yeah, R.I.P. Manninger. That's something else that happened this week, of course. Thanks for bringing that up. That's not the only death this past week. In the Nürburgring. What was I can't even remember his name now. But there was a death in the Nürburgring. The Nordschleife Landgruppen. I can't remember. NLS 5 was the race. And yeah, yesterday there was a death on track as well. So yes, and I mean that's the moment of silence as well happening. Obviously, Costello, you're a little bit ahead of me there, but yes, we are taking a moment of silence for Alexander Manninger, ex player, of course. Not too long. He was only 49. I think like he was young, 48, 49. So that's almost just more of a shock to anybody as well, right? That was a car accident that happened. So obviously, yes, it was unexpected. Yeah, I mean that's to have kind of a double whammy there in the sports world this weekend for us is I don't know how many. I know there's a few racing fans out there that would have been following the GT3 this weekend as well. Oh, it's not just GT3, but the NLS 5. (1977 to 26). Yeah, so we would have about 49. Crazy. Okay, so what else did we forget to mention this week that happened? Locatelli. Since we're catching up on some of the news here. Manuel Locatelli till 2030. Contract extension. So that says a couple of things. One, I mean, it's your captain. Putting faith in who is wearing the armband. Nothing crazy on the wage bill, really, going from 3 to 4 million euro. Okay, not bad. I mean, that's still pretty decent and club friendly. And yeah, it's just showing the management's faith in what Locatelli has brought to the pitch, to the locker room, to the club as a whole this year. So they are rewarding him with that. It's a show of solidarity and support. I love it. Looking into the future a little bit, we're locking in who our core is as well with that, right? A lot of people on the chopping block. It is the statement that Locatelli is in fact safe. Okay, get the scoreboard ready. We're about to have a kickoff here. I'll refresh my stream real quick in case it's slowed me down a little bit. Have to do the sync with that as well. Make sure the time is on board and everything's looking good. Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about news in general now, yes, there's a lot of things happening. Girl with her belly button out in the curve, I missed that. Okay, we do have kickoff. And we have another religious coming in and doing the religious thing. Whatever. You do you. We're gonna keep it neutral here. Whether it's Trump or Jesus, in both regards. We try. We don't always succeed, but we do try. Boga already on the left. I'm trying to sync up, and we might have something happening. Oh, Chico. Oh my God. Oh, Choco was off there. Yes, I was cut off guard just a little bit, and it's Boga causing trouble on the left. Getting somebody vaping or smoking there in the stands as well. Yeah, I saw that. You got caught on camera. Yeah. Anyways, we get a corner here. Chico taking on the right. So within the first few seconds, they're trying to take it to Bologna right off the bat. I love it. It's short to Boga. We are synced up now as well. So scoreboard's up. Far post. Back in danger. It's not dropping. Very nice, but it's still Juve. It was frantic there for Bologna. Chico keeps it in with the slide. Very nice. Man, this is a very exciting start to the game. I wasn't expecting that. And ball landed and it's in! What a beautiful delivery! Was that Jonathan David? It was. He breaks the duck. Jonathan David makes it 1-0 in the first minute and a half for Juve with a beautiful delivery. I can't wait to watch that one back. It's happening so quick. So this game is hot and horny already. I'm loving it. Okay. Beautiful. I'm excited to watch this one again because it did happen so quickly. The chaos from the initial play calls in the corner and Bologna not able to clear the corner, the first attack off the corner. Chico initially keeping it in with a slide. So good work there. Back to home. And that's Kalulu, I believe. Did it go off McKennie as well? No, it was all sorry, and that would have been Kelly there. So it was all just Jonathan David with the head, just a little deflection, just enough to change it to put it into that like that. Man, of all the moments of frustration with Jonathan David this year, like that was so deft. That was just perfect. Iceman back to scoring. Kalulu and Inshallah. Yeah, and Kalulu's crossing, my lord. Comparing him to Quadrado, yeah. I mean, there's certainly similarities there in how they're delivering the ball. All right, so that puts us in control. We just have to see if they keep the intensity now. This has been the problem for Juve playing the full 90 minutes. And I don't want to just write them off here. We're only 3 minutes in, right? But it is the continual response from Juve. And what Bologna attempt to do here. All kind of going back both directions here as the midfield slops it up for a second. And I didn't really see. Okay, let's look back here. It's Kelly and Orsolini. Oh, they all just kind of got into each other. I don't think it was anybody's fault. I guess Orsolini got him from behind, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, it's just a free kick back in play. Stringing a few passes together here. Now going long, dumping it. Oh, doesn't make it to Boga, but they will get a throw in. Boga is a clear outlet here as he's got speed on the left. Vincent Italian, yes. Vincenzo Italiano on the bench. And I mean, a pretty decent coach, right? So you got to give it to Italiano. Doing all right with Bologna. Nothing special, but doing all right. And we did fail to mention, because, man, we did run out of time in the pregame today. So Bologna, a huge point against them, actually, is the fact that they just played 2 midweek games in the past couple weeks, losing 7-1 on aggregate to Aston Villa. So they got pounded on Wednesday night. So they're coming off an intense midweek disaster, really. So not only what is that doing to their mentality, but what has it done to their legs? their physicality. So not a surprise that they've struggled early on already. Chico showing a bit of speed on the right. Cutting in, drops it back home, bobbles it up in his feet, though, unfortunately. Tries to join the attack and didn't get to see which direction that ball is going to go, but it is a throw-in. Yeah, Vincent Italian is on the sidelines right now, yelling at his team, trying to get them organized. Forcing the long kick from the goalkeeper, so keeping a bit of pressure on. Does force the turnover. And was that onside? It was not. McKenny just ball takes a bit of a deflection, which slows it down, and David drifts offside. No, he was just offside. That's all. He was just offside by a shoulder. And that new offside rule is being tested though in the Canadian Premier League. I didn't see the clip, but I did see that it did award a goal this past weekend. Obega tries to break through the defense, held up though. Strong by Juve, but they come back. Looks almost man-to-man marking right now for Juve. Freuler goes down pretty easy. There's no call there. No call. Lord Berna's return. Oh, will he? Will he return though? We shall see. It's almost as if Bologna is trying to force a penalty kick there and just like sliding. And David's got a run going there. Can he beat out? He cannot. Good defending. Just heads it back to the goalkeeper. But David was plowing forward, putting lots of pressure on as he goes again here, putting pressure on the keep. Forcing the long ball, which is going to give it back to Juve. So it's a bit of backwards play in the sense that you press forward to win the ball back in your defense by forcing the goalkeeper to just get rid of it, but it's working. And Juve now just trying to control the ball a little bit. Nice Cambiasso switch of play to Chico. Tries to take on his man, cuts back. Holmes always there in support. Locatelli dumps it forward. It's cleared. With Holm not playing much, now he's got an assignment on the right side as a right wing back in what is not the normal formation. I feel that early on he was a little uncomfortable, and now it's starting to smooth out a little bit. He's starting to find the ball to play a little bit better. I mean, it's 10 minutes. Take some time, of course. Bremer trying to go deep. It's too deep. Holm again trying to run forward on that one. Trying to catch Bologna just flat-footed a little bit, which I feel they must a little bit be. Like they're definitely fatigued from the midweek for sure. At least that's how it appears. That or Juve actually are just really playing with a lot of speed. Chico can't control it. Most accurate, says Juventus fan. I'm sorry, brother. Why are you sorry? Why would I be sorry of being a fan of the most successful team in Italian football history? You're only looking at the current state of affairs. I mean, everyone sucks. Even the winner's a loser right now. So Kenny battling. Oh, that's gotta be a call. No? Okay, maybe it was clean. I thought it clipped him, but Juve stay with it. So positive note here for Juve, even though they haven't necessarily made a whole lot. Wait for it though, as Chico's running into tons of space. It's in. Just like that. Chico, more or less on his own, just running at the goalkeeper. No defender. There's nothing there. Nobody to stop him. And he does the job. These are the annoyances that we've had all season where you have these clear chances and they don't go in. But this time, Chico just like, that's it. That's it, man. Puts in the back of the net. Beautiful. Real talk, is this the best football we played in about 6 years? Yeah. Yeah, probably. It's definitely made, like, should I say strides in the past couple. Listen, we're in the last 4 wins and 1 tie. It's been a long time since we've kind of strung together. Bologna, Ursulini right now, he spins around, keeps the ball. Looked dangerous there for a second. And this most accurate guy here thinks a tiny box is a bad thing, dude. What is wrong with the new generation? You want a tiny box. If you don't got a tiny box, man, what are you even doing? You're either getting no box or you got in somebody's sloppy seconds is what's going on there. So I will enjoy my tiny fucking box. Lupo Bega tries to sneak one in. Allegri's first stint. Yeah, you're going. I want to say till Ronaldo. Honestly, I mean, okay, I know Ronaldo's a bit of a one man show as well. If you're talking about team football, yeah, 17, 18. Imagine if we had actual world class players as well with that, right? Yeah, no, Ronaldo was just carrying us. Again, it was watching Ronaldo was nice in a sense, right? But not as a team effort. Spalletti's really got something going here. Now, I should also say, I mean, the goal was taken out for offside. I was here in the comments that they had, in the meantime, just showed the offside, which, I mean, it's shitty. Quite clearly, it's shitty. Because that would have had us controlling the game. So we have to do that. Man, I cannot wait for them to just be like, yeah, this rule that hockey's been using since 1929. Yeah, we'll do it. It's been 100 years, but yeah, it's good. We'll do it. That's the thing that drives me nuts. Is like the football world is acting like this is something new and crazy. Chico, he cuts in hard, gets the Boga on the left. A good steal there in the midfield. Just overstepped again by Chico. Well, no, yes. On one hand, he's saying here, big teams need experienced coaches, proven winners, or you become United. Experience. I know what you're saying. Like it's not just hard experience, but like the man management, just a guy that knows what he's doing in kind of all realms, right? Not just the tactics, but also the man management. Just, I mean, being a good person sometimes as well, right? Getting the players on your side, and I don't want to say necessarily be a friend, but like that somebody that they can trust and look up to, as well as having really good tactics and game management and everything else, right? And that winner's mentality for sure. Full package. And the one thing I gotta say is Spalletti, because I mean, a lot of us weren't fans or were kind of iffy on him. And I think a lot has come to light as well now with just the Italian national team as a whole and how that's just imploded on itself, that to kind of blame all that just on Spalletti and his time there, you know, a little bit unfair perhaps, right? To throw that all on Spalletti. But even he admitted mistakes. And what I really appreciate, what I like to see from, I mean, like somebody in this leadership type of role here as a manager, is somebody that can admit those mistakes, learn and grow and implement those new ideas, which I feel like Spalletti has, right? Like he came out publicly and admitted his shortcomings. And well, I mean, Locatelli is kind of an example right there in terms of personnel, right? Like he didn't have a good relationship with Locatelli, and there was a lot of question marks. So Cambiasso as well. But clearly, they've worked through a few things, right? He's grown. The players have grown as well. They've grown together, and that's part of it. That's part of being a team, is all growing together and having that cohesion, chemistry, that understanding with each other. So at least it's looking like that is what has happened, what is happening. Now, it will be interesting as well because it looks like there's going to be a huge turnover. Nice by Cambiasso, just battling on the wing, steals it, gets it up to David, and just can't get enough space there. Bologna coming back hard on that one, but nice by Cambiasso to win it out on the wings. Always gotta admit shortcomings in your pants. It's not to be in your pants there. Advancing 3-1. All right. Could I see Conte going back for the national team? I think yes. He's kind of hinted at that as well. He's pretty much lost the title. He he said in the presser this weekend that second is the first loser. So I would not be surprised if Conte's already writing his way out of the position of Napoli coach and into the position of Italy coach. But we'll have to see as well because completely new management, they may not want any old blood in whatsoever in that regard. So we'll have to see. I think it's a definite possibility, but without really knowing where the management stands on that or the potential management, you know, who knows? But do you think Lukaku getting fired from Napoli for going AWOL? That was his plan, wasn't it? Gonna force the matter. Ah, I mean, there's stuff behind the scenes we don't know with that, right? Likely, it's a clash. Now, here's the opposite. Now, clash of personalities, and probably both parties are guilty. So Again, I don't know the full story, what's going on behind the scenes, but it does seem a little bit childish. You are all supposed to be professionals, but this stuff happens. I mean, it's a shame because Lukaku, love him or hate him, whatever, he should be a focal point on somebody's team in Serie A, or at least in the top league somewhere, right? He should be playing. Ooh, tricky Di Gregorio doing well on his feet, though. Press on by Bologna there, trying to force the matter, but Juve keep calm. And again, that's one thing with Di Gregorio. He is a little bit better on his feet like that. You can trust him to play the ball out. Ooh, a little bit tricky there. Kelly gets away with it as it goes out for a Juve throw. Taki was old now. Yeah, but he's still huge, right? For Italian football, especially, he works so well in, like, you don't need to run at a low block when you're massive. You just put your body through it, right? You just target man. It worked. It works for Lukaku. He should be playing. Chiesa needs to leave Liverpool. Chiesa needs to also grow the fuck up. Oh, wow, that's a tricky one. A layoff, and it's Chico for a second chance, and it's saved this time. Oh, my. Oh, man. So there's an offside. Now, that would have been tricky if he went in. Did he? No. I mean, he wasn't in the way of the goalkeeper. He didn't interfere with the play. But the ball, basically, the ball was through to Chico. But it looked like the ball was going to Locatelli, who was standing. I think it was Locatelli. Maybe it was Home. Punched out again. Home. He's taken out right at the edge, and that is a free kick. All right, things are getting exciting again. Free kick at the edge of the box. The game is like this, right? It gets to a point where you kind of can't keep up with the play. Everything's happening at once. Rajat saying hi. How's it going? How is it going today? Gattuso, in my opinion, was wrong choice for Italy. Yeah. Oh. I don't know what the hell is going on with Gattuso. That was... That's like Tottenham signing up Tudor. Same kind of IQ decision, you know? All right, I know there's some comments coming in. I'm gonna wait for this one to play out. Locatelli over the ball. Got the eyes like it will be him taking it. No tricks, but Cambias was there. And he tries to go low, doesn't make it, but gets the ball back. Scoops it, Bremer, but that's easy to pick up. You seen the state of Serie A sprint speed is 3 kilometers less than UCL and 2 kilometers less than other leagues. Like total mileage, you're saying? Like how much they run per game? It's like 10, 11 kilometers typically, like the top runners. But yeah, 30 is, you see the speed difference, right? When it goes to Champions League or international. So Dan, De Zerbi isn't my best friend. That's Dash. Dash is the one that loves to hate him. I mean, I'm pretty indifferent about him. Like, I don't care one way or another. But yeah, I mean, oh, Chico trying to battle her down, almost gets through. Run less and slower, more fuel efficient, right? They're saving the trees. I wish Dan, definitely keep up the teasing, but no, I wish Dash was here to be teased about it. One of these days, I'll have to get those overworked bastards back on the stream. Boga doesn't quite get the ball cleanly, so he's slowed up, but he's battling now down the left as he cuts in. And, ooh, nice look over to Holm, but a foot gets thrown up there to chop it out. Still Juve. Sliding Bologna players doing just enough to put enough of a bounce on that ball, keep it away from Juve for the moment. More Icardi. He scored this weekend. Still doing his thing. No, I think the Cardi thing is past its prime now. If it was a couple years ago, I think we can have a discussion again about a Cardi. We did. We did have discussions there. But nobody's talking about him anymore. $27 now. It's a little surprising this isn't a 2-0 game. Couple chances there, both very similar. One offside and one ended up being saved. Both Chico running in alone. Ooh. That was a little obvious. There's Ortega just hauling down Cambiaso. Locatelli should stop taking those free kicks. He is so bad. Okay, who's good though? We have not had a good free kick taker since, well, even Ronaldo. Remember how bad Ronaldo was? I think he eventually got one. I can't remember now, but it was bad. He went a couple seasons with not doing the goddamn thing. Those, like, Ianich, really, like that era again, going back to that like 2018 previous era, since we had a good free kick taker too. Boga, nice bit of space. McKennie on the left now, overlap. Cambiaso joining in, space out on the right again. Home gets it. I think slowed it down. It was going to Chico, who has it now. Oh, and just gives it away. And Bologna just trying to dump it forward. Breber's there. It's going nowhere. Yeah, Ronaldo scored like 300 times. Yeah, I think there was one. The Dybala's free kicks. Yeah. Dybala is another kind of sad story. Never really lived up to what he could have been. Okay, let's not even compare Ronaldo and Locatelli though. In terms of the like a miss is a miss. It doesn't matter how close or how far you miss it by, right? But like obviously Locatelli's not going to kick it anywhere close to what Ronaldo's doing. It's just he's the captain. He's a midfielder, so he's sort of already in position. He's not tall, so he doesn't need to be up in the mix. He's not a goal scorer as well. I mean, there's reasons why it makes sense that Locatelli takes these set pieces. Mostly because there isn't a great viable alternative, especially with Yildiz not on the pitch. Like who else is taking it? Right? Like who is our choice? I don't even know if we have one. Like maybe as a Grova if he was playing. Oop, he was playing, could. But these aren't great alternatives either, right? So you kind of default on all those secondary reasons why you throw Locatelli in. I guess Kalulu, his crosses are pretty nice. We don't see him do much on set pieces. But maybe. Give him a crack at it. Oh, yes, Tonali rumors. Those are ongoing. Yeah, he might move. If the money's right, he'll move. But you're right, probably to one of those premier teams. Nowhere, unless like Real Madrid or somebody would pick him up, but probably the Prem. I mean, City's losing Silva, so maybe there's some space there now. Yeah, I don't know. Zico again and oversteps it, wins the throw. Just trying to figure out that just dumping it to the right to Chico at the moment. At least they're starting to cover it, getting in the way of the play. Still signs for Barca for money under the table. Yeah. That's another storyline, though, coming to the, I guess June, really. The off season. There isn't much of an off season, mind you, with the World Cup, but you got space there, Chico. You got to give it to him a bit nicer there. Mac gives it a little wide and thrown into the box. No one on the end of that one. Back out on the left side now. Gonna try to work it again. Juve could really go and secure their second goal now. Like for reals. For reals this time, boys. Let's go. No, it's just to sit more comfortably in this game that they are otherwise controlling. Running by Holm. You got to see that quicker, McKennie. Still Juve, though. Lulu throwing it forward. That looked pretty decent. And, off the crossbar. Home on the volley. Oh, dude, that was going to be a highlight for sure if that went in. Man. Another let off. Another XG bumper. We're second in the league for XG, I believe. Which I know is kind of stupid. Nice give and go here. Again. Oh, and the final ball just isn't very good. Oh, yes, the World Cup year. Wait till after to raise the prices. Euro years, all that. Yeah, of course. I don't know with Silva, though, because it's free agent thing, right? I don't know how that's going to work with Silva. Being an older, more mature guy with a family, you typically want to make these decisions a little more ahead of time. Plan a little bit better, in a sense. I don't know. But yes, it will be one of those off seasons where it's all going to go kind of late. Camera doing its I mean, it's held up almost an hour before it blacked out. Give it a little reset. There we go. Yeah, Chiro, don't complain too much about the LA games. It certainly gets worse. Oh, nice dump forward to David. He's covered. What does he do with it? Battles a bit. Almost fell over, but he stays up. Now, Bologna just doing enough to run back right now and cover up, but The game plan is clear to stretch the game. Ooh, safe defending, let's say, out for a corner. Holm kind of goes down there, and there's no real threat. But he puts it out of bounds anyways. We're looking at that Holm dinger. A Holm dinger! Oh, man. He needs to get one in, and then he'll call it a Holm dinger. But dinged right off the crossbar, man. That's some power behind that bitch. All right, lining up for a corner. He's going to take it on the right. Done short. Doing a few of these short ones again today. And it results in a throw-in. So a bit of a downgrade. I don't know if the plan here for Juve is just to keep on running at them until they eventually just give up, knowing that they played midweek. Or if they legitimately need to find new ideas here. Rossellini trying to get released quickly as the keeper throws up. But it's not really that quick here for Bologna. Juve's already back. Dumped forward. Ooh, and Di Gregorio does have to watch that ball. Sneak out of bounds as Rossellini's at the far post, trying to maybe sneak one in there. You never know with those balls, right? It just takes that little moment. Bologna tosses one in on a quick little counter, and it could be 1-1. For now, just a goal kick. Taking their time here, Juve. 37th minute. Taking so long, I was questioning if it was going to be a corner. It's like, what's going on? But no, just slowing the game down. And McKennie getting a bit of space here. Chico, ooh, blocked off. Good defending, and it's a throw. Coming right back at Bologna, though. Good response. They get something that hints at the side of goal. Don't want to get them too excited. You just come right back at them. Take the wind out of their sails. Hugh Janus. Oh my god. It's so bad that you laugh at it, you know? Like the old Simpsons jokes. When Bart calls into Mo, what do you call it? What's the bar? It's called Moe's? What's the bar in Simpsons called now? Gotta be just Moe's. Man, it's been years since I've actually watched that show. Come on, old farts in the chat, help me out. I remember the one in Family Guy, it's the clam. How much would he pay for a bottle? Like, if you want to buy a bottled fart, man, absolutely. I got some expired protein powder. I'll dump that right into me. Is that an OnlyFans kink? Could I do that on OnlyFans? Just fart in bottles? Please tell me that's the thing. Because I think I might have just found my niche. Boga loses his man again. Juve's done this a few times tonight. Just dropping the shoulder. Only a couple times they've run clear, but now we got Chico trying to find some space coming into the center again. Holmes keeping out wide. Kalulu going way too deep. And the clock ticks 40. You can tell. Edge taken off now as we go deep in the half. But Juve still looking like they can take a 15-minute break here and come back at her in the next 45. They've done well to keep enough intensity, not desperate intensity or anything, but enough to keep on coming at him. Whereas Bologna, no clear-cut chances, really. Nothing that really had to make you worry. Bremer just boots it forward and it works out. Locatelli gets it up. It's supposed to be just like a defensive action, really, but it works out offensively now as Juve come back at her. Looking for a late one, and it's a corner. Don't see anybody coming short for this one. So we can have a nice normal corner for once. Has to get punched out, and Cambiaso's there. Hold on to it for now. Scoops it back in. Defended. But can Bologna clear? And they cannot, as far as Holm now. But Holm misplays it. But there's Kalulu just to take it back into play. Chico again. I thought he was going to deke himself out there for a second, but keeps it. They just cycling back out to the defense. Final moments here. Don't want to do anything too crazy. That'll cut him out. Or catch him out, sorry. Smart management at the moment. I don't mind this. You just got to see this out. Grab one if you can, but certainly don't give one up. And David! Oh, it was so close. What a nice little sneak pass into David through the defense, and he just can't angle it tight enough as he goes to beat the goalkeeper on his right side, and he definitely looked onside that time. Yeah, just tries to get it out of the reach of the keeper, but a bit too much. What if he saved it? Oh, yeah, no, he caught him flat-footed. He just needs to tuck that a little nicer, and it would have been in. Beautiful little play there. Yes, I mean, that's the other side of Jonathan David. Obviously gets that nice header early on, but he should have really got that one on to target. Bologna can't hold on to it. And Cambiaso can't keep that pass in. Turns it over for Bologna's throw-in. Little sloppy there, but final minute now before 1 minute? I'm only going to give a minute. Let's see what we end up getting for extra time, but not really a whole lot of stoppages at all. A couple corners, a couple free kicks. No injuries. Yeah. Pretty quick and clean half. But Bologna now, maybe trying to catch one here. And Kenny gets the foot up, but there's going to be a corner. Juve almost getting caught out there. Done enough for now. Clock does click 45, and it's 2 added on. Miranda will be the kicker on this one. Miranda used to be one of those guys that was going to be like the next great thing, too. It's always funny seeing him playing for Bologna. as just kind of an average Bologna player after all these years, but he's still fairly young. And Orsolini tries a bicycle, but just boots that that's a hard, well wide, the two W's. Tongue twister today. This should be pretty much it. Di Gregorio's going to take his time, kick it deep, waste a minute here, and go get some prime energy drink at the locker room. Well, it doesn't clear. And come on, Kelly. There you go. Boot her down. And that's all they're doing. Booting her down, wasting the time. And Ravalia, why did Hugh just... Oh, okay. He keeps it in. I thought he just booted it right out. It was just really high. Off camera. Bologna dumping it forward for a last chance here. Locatelli just coming in from behind, heading it forward to Di Gregorio. Like, enough of this nonsense. Bremer couldn't get enough body in the way, I suppose. That ends the half. At only 1-0. Oh man, this should definitely be a little bit more open up of a game, but it is a good solid 1-0 from the boys here after the first 45. So look at some numbers. Let's talk about it. Let's see what they actually did. I did not take a sneak at all at the numbers. It was that entertaining. Between the chat and the game, it was entertaining enough. I was not caught screen watching at all onto the stat page. Where are we? Here we are. Sorry, get the mob up. All right. So we will start with the momentum. Very clearly in Juve's favor, as we can see. Very high to begin with. Didn't peak, just kind of controlled. There should have been some goals in around here as well. Didn't happen. Yeah, Bologna, they got the ball a couple times here and there. Didn't do too much with it. Had a couple of just peaks at net. Not much. You know, maybe something that you have to pay attention to, and then the ball goes wide. And okay, no big deal. So no threat there from Bologna. Whereas Juve, tough one called back on offside. And then a couple of near misses there by David and Conceição. So 2-3, no, it could really be opened up at this point. But alas, Juve and their failure to really dominate and put those goals away. 57% of the possession, so decent amount, decent. XG 0.97, a 0.11. So 9-7. You can definitely argue that there should be a second goal there. I would argue that. Shots 10-2, on target 3-0, and that's really the issue, right? Especially that David one. If that's on target, that's in. Big chances 2-0, missed 1-0. Yeah. Passing 228 at 86%. It's about average for what Letty does here with Juve. 165 at 83. Fouls 43. Corners 4-1. So, I mean, we're winning. We're winning in all the categories. As I scroll down, we're just winning in pretty much all the categories, more or less. I think it's classic. It's just more classic Juve at this point. You're doing everything right. You're just not actually putting the finished product on. Now 1-0, okay, you got something. You put the icing, but you didn't get the cherry put on top, kind of deal, right? So that's really what this second half is going to be all about. It's keeping that intensity up, especially knowing that Bologna did just get stomped the past 2 midweeks. Let's take it to them. Wear 'em out. You don't got to play again until next Sunday. Question: any chance Bologna will promote players like Hilbuch or Puska from the next gen? You have to get the hard names, eh? Had to throw the hard names at me. That is a good question, actually. I would imagine we're gonna have to see the market, really, how it plays out for these younger talents and who's willing to pick them up, because he's gonna want them to get Serie B, low table Serie A time. I can't see a straight promotion for him. We haven't seen him at all, kind of thing, right? They've been on the bench when they're desperate and we needed to just build the bench, but they never got the nod. So to say that they would just come in next season, I can't see that. Especially, like, you look at Adjic, for instance, right? And yes, now he is injured, but previous to that, he didn't get a whole lot of looks. And Moretti, right? Moretti's gone. I'm confident he's gone. Yeah, 10, 15 mil, whatever he's worth. Right? And he's young by Italian standards, I suppose. I don't see it. We sold off so much of our youth system with the last management that we're actually just trying to rebuild it at this point. And we've made a lot of movements in the youth sector, but more long-term type of stuff. Like, I'm talking 16-year-olds. So it'll be a couple years till we see them, kind of deal. But for the guys that are ready to go up now, nah. I would expect a loan, or they just get sold off to like a Serie B team, and you make a few $100,000, a mil here or there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You get a little bit of extra spending money. Bologna looks terribly tired. Yeah, feels good to be on the team with the fresh legs for once. Yeah, there's definitely that feeling. If the squad was better at converting their chances, they would have competed for the league title. Yeah, Juventus misses too many open opportunities. I could make that argument, sure. With the second best XG in the league, yeah, absolutely. If you convert that, I mean, that's classic. Just, you were expected to score and you didn't. So if you did, you would probably at least be in second in that sense. And I mean, if you look, and they're popping it up, I guess I can pop it up too for you guys here. When we look at the top 5, okay, Inter plus 49. Your top 2, 3 here, Milan, Napoli, 21-15. Then we're at 27, which is decent. Como's at 29. And then you go to Roma, 17, Atalanta 16, right? And then we drop off. Bologna 4, Lazio 4. Then we're at 10th place in the minuses. And that is the one thing. This is why Inter is winning the title this year. And we know it's not because they beat any of the big teams, because they didn't. Unless you count that Juve one, which I don't. Because in, like, anywhere where things are done fairly in this world, which I know it's not a fair world. I mean, they did count it 3 points for Inter, but it shouldn't. Those are fake. Those are fake 3 points. You know? They had a 12th man. Let's just put it that way. So they failed to beat all the big teams this year. But they pounded all the small teams. And that's honestly what you have to do. It's those shitty games. It's the low block. Inter can't play an open game, but they just know how to beat that low block. This is why they can dominate Serie A, and do absolutely shit in Europe. Because the only thing they're good at doing is beating the low block. And they just do it so well that they gain all these points from all these shitty teams that they don't have to pull 3 points from the big guys. Whereas Juve, yeah, we can win all the big games and then we go and shit the bed to Pisa, you know, or whoever it might be. We've had our moments this season. I mean, let's just see. We got a few games less, but looking at the table right now, this isn't horrible. Yes, have our standards or expectations dropped from the days of expecting first all the time? Yes, but at this point, there's no way we're getting. I mean, mathematically, is it even possible right now? We're 15 points out. I mean, yes, but it's not happening, you know. So if we can snatch second, even like every place extra, that's a little bit more money, a little bit more pride, a little bit more like look at where we were and look at where we ended up kind of idea, right? Something for the confidence, something in terms of a bit of bragging rights, in terms of just saying like just shutting up a couple people on Twitter or wherever, listening to the constant bullshit. Because this isn't one of those Juventus seasons. They can't even claim that this year, right? Like we're still on the hook. There's news out this week as well that we still need to make up a bunch of money on the books. Which I know is a surprise to some people because they don't want to pay attention and they just cry for $50 million or Tonali $100 million players. Right? But the reality is we still have to balance some books. So, I mean, in terms of the larger project, good trajectory. Things are in a good spot. The trajectory is right. This isn't like a full teardown rebuild, but it does have the feeling of a proper, like, okay, let's look at what we have. Let's cut away the dead weight, trim the fat, keep a core group of players, a solid referee, solid manager, coach, managerial staff, what have you, right? The supporting cast, and build up from there. I honestly feel that's where we are. Anything can happen from now until May, of course. That's my current feeling. I don't know how you guys feel. If you have that same sort of sentiment, I feel as well. And this is just judging kind of off like the numbers, if you will, the interaction, the positivity on social media from the fans, or the lack of negativity, more so, is what it is sometimes. And it's like watching random people jump into the stream, right? You get less of that when the team's not doing well. So I'm made to believe that the general sentiment around the community is that the club is in a reasonable spot right now. Costello, you're talking about Inter, I presume, say their squad is kind of old, though. They have to rebuild at some point. We've been saying that every year, though. Like, I could probably pull back the last 3 preseason predictions that me and the boys have done. And it's always like, yeah, Inter's too old. They got to rebuild. They'll still be good, but they can't win. And then, you know, and then they keep on coming at it. Dwayne, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah. So I think we're all pretty happy, right? Is anybody not happy with how things are right now? The general state of affairs, yes, we're not in first place. I don't want to be that like loser mentality guy either. It's like, oh yeah, first place, we're amazing. No, because fourth place isn't amazing. But it's where we need to be to continue to progress forward, right? That's our minimum standard. I mean, most importantly, financially is what it is, right? Let's be honest. It's that roughly 60 million euro that you get just for qualifying for the Champions League. My stream's cutting out here. There we go. Yeah, got my stream back. Fubo's been doing that. Cutting out on me at the halftime, screwing up my clock, screwing up the sync, so got to keep on top of things. All right, we're taking a look at Thuram now. He's there with the trainer doing some sprints, getting those legs moving, blood pumping. So maybe Thuram shortly. I don't think at the 45. I don't know. You know, we didn't even. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. We didn't even talk about potential changes here or the numbers. We didn't look at this at all. We certainly went down a tangent. So let's get back on her. Yeah, a bit of a mix. They only gave Chico 6.6. That would have changed if you put those in. Kelly did okay. Yeah, McKenny, a little quiet. Cambiasso did all right too. Look at this bench though. Who we could expect. So I do think maybe Gatti on for Kelly, maybe Bremer, whoever needs it more. Probably see Yildiz for a bit. You're gonna see Thuram. Grova needs some minutes. I imagine you see him coming on for Chico. Most likely, maybe Boga, but probably Chico. And I think you throw Lois Apenda at her. Just because. Because what else are you going to do? You don't need to put Monetti on. Maybe Kostic, yeah, if you take out one of your wide guys as well. Yeah, now I have 6 choices out of 5. I have a backup choice, but yeah, Cambiasso or Home. I imagine Cambiasso Home's doing okay. So maybe a Kostic there on the left comes on instead, and then you'd have to keep Chico and Boga on at that point. We'll see how the game plays out as well. If we're at a point where we need to put on attackers, something's gone wrong, perhaps, right? So the key is going to be to snatch that actual second goal, get into a comfortable position, and then start defending. And Jonathan David does well tracking back. He does well in the defensive phase of the game. Okay, so Thuram is coming on. And he's taping up his calf, so clearly still bothering him. And it's for Chico. Okay, so this has to be a formation change then, no? Okay, interesting. No changes up on the FOP mob yet. We'll have to see how this plays. Yeah, right at the 45. Let's get the scoreboard back up. And we're gone underway on the second half. Let's see how this goes. Oh, Chico's still there. So what did I see happen? What happened, guys? That ball going wide, just trying to dump it from long range. All right, scoreboard. Sorry. There it is. 5. Yeah, we're all synced up. Time is good. Let's do it. It's Home, not Chico. Okay, thank you. Why did I say Chico right at the sidelines then? Yeah, it is Home. It does come up now. 4-3-3. I was gonna say that. Is it a 4-3-3? Try to get a good look with them when they're actually in a nice clear formation here. So yeah, Kelly Bremer center backs, Kalulu on the right with Cambiasso on the left. That makes a lot of sense. So you have McKenny on the right, Locatelli, Thuram in the midfield. Chico on the right, David center, Boga on the left. It is a 4-3-3. Or some variation of it at the very least. All right, well, we'll see how this plays out then. Right now, it's Orsolini coming forward, and wow, the fact that he was allowed to take that shot and he just puts it wide, could have grabbed one back quick. Sleeping on that one. It's just is that Kelly just flat-footed, just didn't keep on him. Gotta watch out for that. I know Orsolini, not the quickest guy out there, but clearly he's got a bit of speed still. So far, though, it's Bologna that kind of look a little bit more positive here in the first few minutes. Trying to come back at this one early. Makes me wonder too, though, after losing heavily in Europe midweek, towards the end of the season now, you only have Serie A, you're sitting in 8th place. Like, what is your ambition? You know? How do you keep these boys motivated? Keep on going. Because I'm sure they almost just want to get this away game off their chest, go back home to Bologna, be with their families, and just go back to that weekend only game, at this point. Okay, we got Chico up on the right side now. Juve's first attack here of the half. And it leaks back out to the defense. Okay, McKennie, he is out on the right, yeah. Or is it in transition again? Like it's some variation of it. Because McKennie is well, almost released there up on the play. Playing centrally. Like a 3-4-3. This is something with Spalletti, right? If you wanna be correct with it, you need to really pay attention at all times because it will just flip on you. American Army knife, yeah, not the Swiss Army knife. American Army knife. The multi-tool. How about that? A Leatherman, nice Leatherman multi-tool, if you will. Good American company. Cambiaso and Orsolini just locked up on each other. Was that knee on knee, maybe? Pulling his knee now, Cambiaso. It looked a little awkward. Oh, it was knee on knee. That's why it looked funny. He's still down. That definitely hurts when you get it on the patella like that. Castro's there in the background. He's yelling about the delay. Which is understandable. You kind of have to move him off the pitch and get him treated at this point if it's that bad. Kind of seems like it is. Until he gets up and we are starting to play again. So not that bad, clearly, at this point. So yeah, I can see why Castro was a little upset. Let's go. Ram gets it forward. Keeping an eye on him too, because I'm concerned He's just not 100%. Did I even mention Yildiz at all when I was talking about substitutions? I totally missed Yildiz out. What's wrong with me? Probably people they're screaming. No, I don't think Big Mac is still with Miss Fratesi there. I don't think that was a very long-lived relationship, if you know what I'm saying. We're the best. You don't need to be meddling around with that kind of drama, you know? Ooh, nice little steal there. Loca over the top. It's too much. No. Goga was supposed to be on the end of that one, but quite out of his reach. Hasn't really settled in this half yet for either team. And why home changed at the half? I did not see that as a critical change to have to make. Especially with Thuram not really being 100%. I'm a little confused with that. Causing McKennie to move position. There's always stuff that we don't know behind the scenes. Maybe home has a knock that we never learned about. Makes me wonder. Because I thought played better than Cambiasso the first half. Certainly played better last game as well. So that makes me, just question what the hell is actually going on there. Is Weah loaned or sold? I believe it's yes. It was technically a loan, but it's fairly permanent. I'd have to look it up again. But I'm trying to think back what the last I heard. He's not slated to come back though, as far as I know. Like he should be gone. Because the latest I heard are the possible loanees that might come back, like Douglas Luiz and Nico Gonzalez aren't technically a for sure thing. David can't get away with it. Yeah, and I didn't mind Weah. I mean, he was what he was, right? Oh, it's what? Oh, and there's a Miranda, of course, down on the play. They call the whistle. Cambiasso is in a nice spot too. They calling that a foul? It's a bit of a stretch. Excuse me. Need more caffeine here. First part of this half has not been nearly as exciting as the first one. Getting a little chippy here. It is Juve that make way with it. Chico cutting in deep, gets it back. David's there. Just shoot it. Shoot the ball, damn it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Juve still have it, but curled in. Thuram does go in. The Rob somehow gets on. It's another header, and it is 2-0. Holy shit. Oh, man. Oh, the celebration. Oh, fuck me. Just as I was saying that, I was falling asleep on this app. They just throw some chaos into the mix, and that's really what it was. Is David can't quite get the ball in his feet to make the first time shot, or the second or third time shots for the matter. They bring it back out. Was it a Kalulu delivery again? Let's look back at it. But another nice delivery into the box. Okay, so Boga, Locatelli deflected. McKennie. It's McKennie who scoops it forward and finds Thuram. Does it have any deflection on it, or is this clean? Slight deflection on the defender, but still, that does not change any. It's the deflection to Thuram's head, not off Thuram's head, though. So, a nice clean header for Thuram. No questions asked. It is 2-0. 2-0, finally, for good. For real this time. As it should be. And at this point, I mean, you can't sleep on it. You still have half hour plus to play here, but with the tired out Bologna up 2-0 now, there shouldn't be any issues going forward. Bologna are making some changes though. Pobega is out, or Morto. So that's, I mean, Pobega obviously putting a lot of minutes there. Nothing left in the tank for him. And Soam is out for Ferguson. So that, in this case, would be an upgrade, but Ferguson trying to be rested as well, coming in. Finish off half an hour plus. So, bit of a plus minus change there. Cambiagi out for Rowe. So, yeah, it's just tired legs here for Bologna. That's no real surprise. I mean, Italiano at this point, you know, you're roughly at that hour mark. You're down 2-0 away. You guys are tired from the midweek. This is you're just like, take a rest, manage your players. Let's not get in injuries. Let's just try to get through this game, throw on some fresh legs, see what happens. But it tells me that they're not necessarily coming out to win this game, per se. They are here just to play the game because they have to, so to speak. But we'll see. We'll see what the response is from them with some fresh legs. Maybe there's something in here. I don't want to be that cocky and arrogant to think, oh, what are you, Locatelli? Oh my. He does these things sometimes. And just like, you're in the Bologna box and you slide tackled him. Why? For what reason? It was on Lacumi, so maybe that's why. It's just like a fuck you. Because I know that Locatelli and Lacumi have had history. But it was still, that's not something you do with half an hour to play in that situation. That's just kind of silly. I mean, you don't want him to have to sit out. I know we're getting, I don't know how many he's accumulated currently. I don't know if somebody can fact check how many yellows Locatelli's on, but you kind of want him there. Like we saw, just like not having McKennie last week, he was out for too many yellows. But we also know what it's like not having Locatelli. So, yeah, you don't want to see those stupid. Like, I'll take a yellow if you're trying to save the game. It's a professional foul back on defense, sure. But that was dumb. So the season's basically done, but Zagrova's still hurt. Yeah. And so is Milik. I don't know, dude. Bologna versus Juve isn't dull. without Mina's and Deshaun's antics. Yeah, I mean, we were missing that too, weren't we? That is very true. No Mina. And David and Chico are just charging down, pressing up, still forcing the play here. They're not sitting back, at least. Good to see. They're not forcing the matter either. Not looking to get caught out on a counterattack, even though that was a bad pass. And Chico trips himself up, and there is a bit of a counter here now for Bologna. Arcelini carrying it forward. Oh, wow, and it's off the post again. Guys are sleeping on it. There is a whistle on the play. And I'm not quite sure yet. It's an out of bounds. It's thrown here, taken quickly by Miranda, and he's told to take it back. Not given the go ahead here by Mariani. So blow this one up a touch. By just getting caught out again on that same flank with Orsolini. It was, I mean, I guess intelligence, just the plays to change the pace, to lay the ball off. It changed the pace, but keep it moving forward. He's had a couple smart plays there that's caught Kelly out in both cases as the last defender back on that side. I know Kelly isn't the quickest, but neither is Orsolini. He's just being creative. Yeah, just a little bit tricky. He's got a bit of flair there to throw him off his pace. But it is Kelly this time winning the ball back, not to be caught out again. Ferguson picking up the foul. Be a kick for Juve. Yeah, it's Kelly just not tied up enough. He's like half a pace out, a little bit lackadaisical, marking up what is coming in wide like that. So both times that Bologna has really made me worry today, it's come out of a very similar situation. Yes, Costello, that is a good point. If we don't need to play Yildiz today and rest him up completely for Milan, then yeah, if you're able to make that move, why not? And again, his drop off, you can tell he wasn't 100%. So yeah, he deserves a rest. International breaks as well. He's playing a lot. Nice passing here. Loca, puts it wide. I thought he'd take it. And, man, does not come in cleanly, but threatening looking cross again. Can Bologna push this forward? Bremer is there. Di Gregorio still has a bit of work as he brings it out to Kelly. Bologna looking a little bit threatening now. Have a bit of a pep in their step. Those substitutions obviously added a little bit of pizzazz there to the team. Adding just that little extra. I'm gonna have to excuse myself. I'm gonna. Yeah, okay, that's a whistle. I gotta blow my nose. I'm clogging up here, guys. Give me a second. Great. Didn't miss a thing. Because there's an injury. Who do we have? Is a Bologna player that's down? Let's look at Yildiz while we're at it here. Let's see how many minutes he's put up. Let's just Serie A. This won't include his Champions League stuff. 25-48. Yeah, so that's Champions League. He's pushing 3,000. Yeah, especially the work rate is both defensive and offensive work week. Yeah, he's definitely put in some shifts. Let's compare that to Kalulu. He's got the most, 27-42. And Kalulu missed a game and a half because of the red card. So, yeah, I mean, 25-27, you're only a couple hundred minutes off of what Kalulu's put up. You'd done good this season. Peg him on as well now. More changes for Bologna. That's on for Helland. Peg him for Helland. Juve still only on the one change though. Yes, Dal. This isn't really new news per se. It's just become. Hold on here. We'll get back to that Chico. Cover it up. He's waiting too long. Wins the corner. Yeah, Italy might lose hosting the Euros because and it's the Juve Stadium, Allianz Stadium, the one we're watching at the moment. It's the only one fit for international competition. Yeah. So as it is now, it's supposed to be shared with Turkey. And over the years, more and more has just gone to the Turkey side, and now it's just gonna be like, no, Italy, you're out. Kind of thing. Oh man. Bremer can't get onto that one. Leaks out the other end. No, these things need to happen though, right? Just like Italy losing out again on the World Cup. They lose out hosting the Euros. This has to be the wake-up call. Like, I don't know enough about the politics. It's obviously a city politics. I don't hear Giorgia Meloni or anybody at the federal level getting involved with, say, Milan building a stadium. I think that's all on the city, like Rome as well. So yeah, politics, man. You're gonna go. Well, there's Ireland. I might want to go a couple years from now in Ireland. I have some in-laws there. England, Scotland, Wales. Yeah, it's the whole island. But I have some family in. Yeah, I don't know. How about that? I guess that's close to home for you, anyways. I wouldn't mind going back to Ireland, visit some family, go to the Euros. That might be on the docket for me. That one's taken short. Oh, man, Chico. And that's out for a throw. Costello's obviously ahead of me because, yes, we see now Zagrova and Yildiz. He lived in Ireland for 2 years. Nice. That's a 40-minute plane. Yeah, it's right there. The yield is on for David. 19 minutes on the clock. So then it's obviously Chico coming off for Zagrova. They have family in Rexford, which is on the southeast. Spent a week down there. 2019, I believe I went. I enjoyed myself. September, and maybe not the nicest time of year. It wasn't because there was like some hurricanes and I didn't see a castle because the weather was bad. So I mean, it could have went in July, but I went for a wedding. So I couldn't really choose. But yeah, to go for the Euros, I think it'd be fun. I've never done Scotland or England either. Maybe I'll crash your play style. But you guys all live in like tiny flats, don't you? Probably sleep on a pull-out couch or a not flat piece of plank board on the floor or something. I don't know. I don't know how it is for you guys over there. I know I take for granted how it is in North America. We got too much space. Oh, giving away not dangerously because they give it right back. Sloppy play on both teams, but Juve come away with it. Zagrova now. And the 1-2 from McKenny is overcooked. Ah, nice. How's the spare room? All right. I'm gonna crash then. I don't even know if they're playing anywhere close to you. But it would be cool, like if at one point in our travels that me and the community we can do something. Even just for a couple beers at the pub down the street or something, you know? Even just holding on to it now. The game management, honestly. Don't expect tons. I hope. This is one of those things where you don't want too much excitement. Like a 2-0 game is perfectly fine here. Boga taken down. It's clean. Zagrova. Can he do any magic here? I'm sure he wants to prove himself. And that's the thing. Like, it is game management, but these guys with only a few minutes are maybe going to want to prove something as well. How many minutes has Locatelli done since we're on that topic? 24:64. So even less than Yildiz, but again, not by much. Oh, Ferguson getting a drifting ball out on the right side. Porcellini. Sorteo. Ooh, and that deflection forces a save by Di Gregorio. That was a little tricky. Ball swerved a little bit, but he caught it. Well, he didn't catch it. He pushed it out wide, but caught the trajectory and made the save. That threw me off a little bit just sitting here. Yildiz has it on the left. And Thuram, you got to take those. The Grova tries to take it, but the wall is set up there now. That's why you got to take it when you're on the move. Lulu stepping up. Boga. He's tripped, but that looked clean to me. Oh man. That was that's when you call him baloney. When they miss a pass from 5 feet away. We do see Bernadeschi. He is here. And it is Castro coming off for him. Now, I don't know if we're going to see a hat trick from him, as Chiro was alluding to earlier, but you never know. I feel like he's gonna be the kind of guy that's just gonna retire and own a pizza shop. So that's 3 substitutions, Juve. A couple more we still need to see from the guys, but that's all 5 from Bologna. Who could we possibly see still? I think something in the midfield. So I'm gonna say Kostic for Cambiaso. And Gatti for Kelly? Or Bremer. Again, like, they're kinda interchangeable with just how either one of them feels on any given day. Yeah, the Chiesa before Chiesa. Berna had one elite performance for us, that Atletico game, yeah. And that one Italy game. Where he scored the penalty. That's not really an elite performance, but yeah, the Juve shirt weighs heavy for some. Rugani, he played yesterday. Why am I blanking on the team? Oh my lord. Search it now. Thoroughly watched him yesterday. Yeah, it is Fiorentina, so he wasn't on yesterday. Where did I see him? Fiorentina plays tomorrow, don't they? Or am I all fucked up? Hold on. Let me get my shit together. Yeah, tomorrow's Lecce Fiorentina. I don't know. I saw his name come up yesterday. I'm sure of it, so I don't know. But yes, he's around. He's still playing. Gatti or Cambiaso. Is this going to change the formation now? Gatti doesn't play on the wing. They go 3 at back. I don't know. Let's try to figure this out anyways. I feel like McKennie might drop back. He is on the left side. So yeah. Okay. Why are you so happy we sold Rugani though? I kind of liked that. He was a good depth piece, honestly. Always did his job when he had to. Never complained. Not like we made tons of money or anything. Yeah, there's just nothing wrong with him. Bova trying to make something happen here. He's the only one left that looks like he wants to do something with it. Advantage for Bologna. They don't take it very well, though. Thuram grabs it back, and now he's being grabbed quite heavily. And Mariani's just throwing out his hands like, what are you doing, bro? Oh, you're sad. It was okay. Oh, you know, we sold. Yeah, that was a January thing. Little, I don't want to say under the radar, but it did make a huge splash in the news. More of a footnote. I'm sure we mentioned him in a recap video. We didn't do a focused video on him anyways. He would have been bundled in with the general transfer market nonsense. We got just over 8 minutes now. Still pretty comfortable. But Juve, I gotta hand it to them, haven't really sat back. That being said, Bologna hasn't really, other than those couple moments, made us kind of smack our head. But other than those couple of times, Bologna has not come at us. And I think it's made us look kind of better than we should, than we've kind of deserved in a sense. Here is Orsolini. Oh, Kelly's there this time. And Morrow floats it over the bar off the rebound and just goes to prove that this game certainly is not over. Locatelli trying to go down, but it raises over him and then over the bar. Gregorio going for the dive on it as well. He wasn't sure. I haven't seen anything from Bernadeschi yet, though. As they just show him on screen now. Juve still have one change to make. Gregorio goes long. They do end up winning it back. Kelly doesn't know what to do with it, though. And now there's a whistle. What? Is there a reason for that whistle? Not quite sure. Distance covered 10K by Freuler. By Freuler. Yeah, these guys have not run a whole lot today. And it's funny that Bologna's put down more. It's Bernadeschi. Oh, it's his thigh. That's cute. Just can't stay healthy is what it is, this man. He's played 8 minutes. He is 32 now. I mean, old, but not ancient. Hey, Bones, what's going on? Showing the Thuram goal again. Very, very nice. Mariani's still holding on to the ball here, Is he trying to get this game going, or what are we doing here? Oh my god, is that Lucipenda? Maybe that's why there's a hold up here. Okay, Bernadeschi does come off the pitch. I don't know if that's a full substitution or not. It looks like it. He looks like he's fucked. So it is official. Lucipenda comes on for Jeremy Boga. And Bologna's made all of their substitutions, so they can't take Bernadeschi. Well, they can take him off, but they can't put another man on. So a possibility here that Bologna has to play with 10 men. So no goal today for Boga, but not going to score every time out, I suppose. Even though he seems to be doing that. See if Openda can do something here. Get his shooting boots going again. And another clean. There I mentioned the game's not over, but let's just say there's been a lot of clean sheets as of late, and this has the potential to add on to that. Something that we haven't really strung together playing this. Depending. Do we say beautiful football? Is that a handball? Zagrova does, yes, touch it with his hand. So Bernadeschi is sitting down with an ice pack, shaking his head. upset with himself. Also, the fact that Bologna has to play a man down. 7, 8 minutes he was on the pitch for. That should pretty much close this game up. That pad at this time, like let Openda get a goal so he can put a little claim to his fame. Make his dollar per goal value a little bit more reasonable here. And just coming in pretty deep too to receive that ball. So I don't know. I don't know how much more they're gonna push the matter here, Juve. You can tell Zagrova wants something. It almost causes a bit of a mistake, but they clean it up. Bologna is not looking to really boot it up. They want a bit of control here. Juve pressuring on, trying to force a last minute mistake, but Bologna knows as well they don't really have a clean outlet down a man with Juve just kind of swarming them at the moment. Trying to play very careful with it. Passes are coming off at the moment. The game is effectively over. They're just trying to prevent another goal. And when you have somebody like Openda with fresh legs, you just want to have him run at the defense anyways. Just go for a bit of a run. See some laps, There you go. Run on him. Run on him. Putting in a shift. And there's the forced play. Thuram steals it. That's what Openda's doing at the moment right now. Just trying to force the matter. Get it back into Juve's feet here. So they can manage the game themselves. Not have to run around and go to the will of Bologna. And they bring it back out to Kelly, Gatti, and the final minute now tells me this is all but done and dusted. Assuming Zagrova keeps it. So they've cleaned it up 30 seconds. I imagine 4 minutes of added time. There wasn't tons of stoppages again. Thuram gets the turn. Held up a little bit. There's Zagrova on the right. That's been a route all day long. And he bounces that one off the defender. But he gets it back. And he just keeps on shoving it into the defender's legs. And now there's a counter. It's Zagrova. You got to be a little bit smarter here. Bremer's back. You got Kelly there. And that ball goes all the way out the other end. Oh my god. Just when you think that Bologna might have a little bit of something. But that chance, just Zagrova just trying to force the cross into the box. You got a guy right in front of you. It hasn't looked good since he's come on. He's made that same mistake multiple times, and it almost burns Juve here in the last few seconds. Still saying I think Zagrova wants to hit every Bologna player this game. Yeah, exactly. He's playing with a bit of desperation, right? Like the season's closing up. He hasn't gotten much minutes. He wants to prove himself. He wants to make something happen, and there's just no grace to what he's doing right now. Just pumping it forward, hoping for the best. So it's 3 added, not a whole lot. One's gone. It's funny too, the players that we put value on, right? You can tell by whenever we get a new player and we always do a dedicated video. Zagrova got a lot. He did well. You know who else did well? Better than Boga is Emil Holm. Holmes video got like 4 times the views than Boga, and Boga's the one that's been lighting it up. So, yeah. Just when you think you might get a little bit of a shining star there, good deal with Zagrova, doesn't work out. Then you pick up this Boga character, and it's like, holy fuck. 4.8 mil? I wouldn't completely cut Zagrova off for the rest of the season. We are short on attackers with Vlahovic and Milik again, both out. Playing guys like Boga, your wingers, more centrally. Yeah, you're going to have to, in games like this where you're in control, give him some notional minutes to kind of spread things out. So from that respect, I don't think he's done. But outlook is not very good much past me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Boga was good with Sassuolo, not good with Atalanta. There's the game. Man, a few seconds early. Another nice clean sheet streak. Let's look at, ladies and gentlemen. I got to do it. Let's look. Let's look at where we're sitting right now. I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself. The current standings. We are 1 game back from second and third place, and we play second place next Sunday. We could potentially be in second place next Sunday. But I can tell you what, that we for sure will not be any worse than 4th place next Sunday either. This season has all of a sudden turned into our control in terms of top 2 to 4, let's say, right? Like where we were sitting just a couple weeks ago was not this comfortable, was not this sure. But what I want to focus on as well is 1-0, 2-0. Okay, 1-1 Sassuolo. Sure, not great. 1-0. Show 4-0. The clean sheets have been piling up. We're now at a plus 28. There's only 2 teams with a better plus minus than us as well. That's Como at a 29, and of course Inter at a 49. When we look at recent form, we are better than everyone ahead of us in the top 5. And of course, better than everyone behind us. Guys, this season went from we might not make it to holy fuck if we just keep our head above water and keep on doing what we need to do. This is easily done. Like this, and again, put the egos away. Let's not be conceited or anything. Like we still got to play Milan. Like next week's game is going to be huge. It absolutely is going to be huge. But even if we draw, as long as we do not lose next weekend, man, things are going to be okay. If we manage to win next weekend, though, that's 3rd place. We're fighting for 2nd. Boys, let's go. Let's do this. This is getting legitimately exciting, and I'm loving it. This season has certainly been a roller coaster. But finally, we're at that final, we're cruising down into the final lanes there. It's starting to feel really good, and I'm loving it. We will finish higher than Milan, possibly. Yeah, 2nd place will give us a spot at Supercoppa. Yeah, another trophy to play for. Definitely a motivation. No, that's actually a great point. Yeah, I mean, any little bit of extra to try to claw ourselves back onto that pedestal that we kind of fell away from. Right? To set ourselves up into next season with hopefully a balanced book. I mean, the higher we go, the more tournaments we end, the more money we make anyways, right? That helps balance those books. the momentum is going our way. The ball is in our court at this point. I think we can absolutely take it to Milan next week. And I'm excited for it. I haven't been this excited, like a week out from a game. I have not felt this way in quite a while. I'm here for it. I think from football neutrals, like next Sunday's game is absolutely a 6-point game. Call it a derby, call it what you want, but everyone is going to be showing up for this one. I'm definitely showing up for this one. I hope all of you guys are showing up for it because I'm going to be right here. And my lord, it's I don't want to say it's going to be a wild game because we're playing Allegri, but the stakes alone are going to make it worth it. Now if we get the draw, let's go for the win. Oh, of course, obviously, if we get the win, like let's fucking go. Yeah, we have the tiebreaker over Napoli as well, absolutely. So that's here's the thing: if we beat Milan, do we have the tiebreaker for Milan if we beat them? Let me just type it in Juventus. Milan. Last results. Right, so 0-0. So yeah, I mean, if we beat Milan, here's the thing, even if we tie Milan tomorrow, our plus minus will dictate as well. So that puts us in a decent, as long as we don't lose to Milan, again, as long as we do not lose to these guys. If we can tie them, we get the head-to-head. I mean, we still need to make a game up on them, but if we manage, say, tie Milan and tie on points, like, that's the thing. We can tie on points to Milan and Napoli at the end of the season and still come out in second. Like, this is where the season's getting. Time to beat Allegri ball. Yeah, let's put her to shame. Como having a second best defense is so surprising. Como has been the surprise of the season in general, I think. Just in general. We have the tie. Yeah, Yildiz needs haircuts. He's getting there too. Yeah, definitely get to the barber. Maybe go to one in Milan. They have some nice barbers over there, no? Okay, we've talked about the what could be's. Let's go over the match here. The momentum. Yeah, all Juve for the most part. One real dip here for Bologna. Other than that, that's what do they say? 55-45 on the possession. XG 1.1. We didn't even put up. We were at 0.98. We went to 1.1. They went up to 0.54. Total shots 14-7. On target 4-0. Big chances 3. One of those missed. So we need to put a bit more on target again, but to get 2 out of the 4, at least we converted. We converted a couple. It was enough. It was definitely enough. Big chance missed 1-1. Passing 413 at 85 to 331 at 83. That's about what we do. That's okay. That's average. Fouls 10-5. Corners 6-1. It's a pretty clear and cut game. You know, we were both missing some guys on the bench, but they played the midweek. They got pounded by Aston Villa 2 games in a row. They were tired. It was clear. We were home. We did what we needed to do. There's still time, or are there still things to improve? Yes. And I'm not going to beat the dead horse. We do it every single weekend. Convert the chances. Convert more chances. Get more shots on target. Those shots on target, put them in the net. It was mentioned earlier, if we did that, we would for sure be second, if not challenging for, right? Just looking at the plus minus, again, Inter at plus 49. Even if we converted all those chances, would be at what, like plus 35 or something? We would be a solid second, I think, if we did a little bit better with that. Where's German Dave and Dash? Yeah, fuck those guys. Where are they? They're working a lot. They're always working. I don't know when I'll get them on again, but I mean, they're not gone. They're still around. Just super busy. So we'll see, especially with this Milan match coming up. We'll see what we can do. I'm also, I don't see Primo here, but I know his brother, big Milan fan. Maybe we'll do some pre-Milan stuff as well this coming week. Yeah, I'll try to get the boys together anyways. You guys deserve it. But yeah, I mean, that is that. It is the same thing. We are making those small improvements. We still need to continue on that trajectory. But the clean sheets, you don't need to score a lot of goals when you have the clean sheets. I'll give them that. Let's go back in some more history. So 2-0, 1-0, 2-0. We have the 1-1, the 1-0, the 4-0. And then this is where we went through our rough patch. So since you had that Galatasaray match, that kind of kicked us into gear. That Roma was a tie, but only 2 ties since the Galatasaray, since the Como loss, if you will, right? When we thought the season was going to shit. But it just goes to show as well, a team in transition like this, you get them back to 1 game a week. Yeah, they got into the competition. They didn't go far, but they didn't get knocked out right away. It was a strain. But you focus on the basics, right? This gave us the opportunity to focus on the basics, the 1 match a week. Ever since that 1 match a week, our worst result. So I'm not counting this because that was the same week. They did have a week off. But regardless, we haven't lost since we've been at 1 game a week. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clean sheets in that time as well. German Dave is either celebrating Bayern's title or crying because of them. Yeah, I'll have to. We'll see when he gets on. We'll see what his reactions are to that. We'll get it straight from German Dave. Again, I'm just going to repeat it. We have the best form of like the top 6-7 teams right now. Milan next week. We bring it to them. That's it. We have to keep on bringing it to them. We have the momentum. Things are starting to click. Belletti's system is working, and the players know that they need to perform. That their time might be coming off. If Zagrova wants to continue to play for us, if David continues, I mean, he on the board today. Openda, can he do something? These guys have something to prove as well. If not, just to get a good contract for their next team as well. That isn't untrue for Milan either. I'm just going to look at Rafael Leao, for instance. I don't know how long he's going to stay in Milan. But the momentum. The ball's in our court. Let's fucking go. We're here for it. So stay tuned, everyone. Let's do a bit of housekeeping anyways before we completely get on out of here. I will bring up, so this is the Discord QR code there if you want to get into our Discord. Links are all down in the description or the bio, whatever platform you're on. Twitter, Discord, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, CEST, all of them. We're on fucking everything. Follow us everywhere. If you're on Twitter, coming over to YouTube. If you're on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Do it all. Guys, this was a good one. I'm enjoying these. I'm finally enjoying this again. Not that I didn't enjoy it, but clearly you enjoy some days more than others, right? How many more yells until Loka is suspended again? Yes, no, it was. Does it tell you? Does it tell you? Bring up the FOTMOP here again quickly because I am actually kind of interested. He's on 7 yellow cards, so 3 more. There's 5 games left. So he might be okay. That's not the end of the world. That was a stupid yellow, absolutely. All right, guys. On that note, thank you very much for joining us today. For sure, next Sunday, same place, same time. I'll see if I can get the boys together to do a bit of a pregame, considering how big of a match this is. 5 more matches, guys. We're going to Matchday 34. Right in the final stretch of the season now. And I hope you're all here for it. The numbers have started to pick up again, so I know you guys are here for it. Okay. I think I covered everything then. Thank you once again. Forza Juve, fino alla fine. And thank you for joining me, Dave, on the dive. And we will catch you on